Hi friends, welcome back to Mule 4 series of learning videos. Today we are going to talk about advanced batch processing technique in Mule 4. In one of my previous video, I have explained, you can check it out in my video. I have explained the basic technique of handling the batch process, where I have explained a simple way by using set payload. And today we are going to see the actual real-time use case, and we are going to take a CSV file of 300 records and split them and process them as a batch of 10 records each, and we are going to process and save each batch into the file with a unique name. Let's get started. Let's see the use case. So I have a CSV file that contains 300 records, and each record contains area ID, area code, year, count, and population. These are some random data I have taken. You can use a real data instead of these mock data. But these records are created in a unique way to populate some random numbers. This doesn't relate to any country or any population. So our use case is to use every 10 record and convert it into JSON with the appropriate field name and value and store it into the file. So let's take a look at the workflow. I have the complete workflow created already by using the Mule 4 project. We have a different set of components used, and which I'm going to explain one by one. The first component is a scheduler. Since this is a file operation, you don't want to read immediately by using the file read operation that has new or updated file value. I don't prefer this because we prefer file read, because this might get immediately deleted and we need to do it in a controlled way. So we prefer a scheduler with a frequency of once a day or twice a day, because normally incoming CSV file is going to be huge in number. So you need to take it at once and then process it. And we use file read operation with the file path mentioned here. I have used a testing.csv file in this designated folder. So once we read the file, we need to transform this into array of records. In the previous video, we have seen in order to perform this batch process, you need to have the incoming records as an array of records. So we used the transform message where it's converted into application/Java, which creates basically an array of JSON. So we have used, you can see the metadata here. I have already loaded the metadata based on the CSV file. So how to use this metadata? So you can see here, you can add a metadata, and you can see CSV which I have loaded as an input, and MuleSoft automatically identifies the fields based on the headers that are available, which is ID, area code, year, count, and population. So once you have that, you are ready to convert, and automatically the tooltip provides the name of the fields like ID, area code, year, count, and population. So I'm basically iterating the map by using the entry set data and the index value. I'm not going to use index, but I have extracted the entries based on the data field. So here is how this we have seen already. You can check out my previous video. And we are going to log the payload, and here comes important set of activities. So I created a batch process which contains batch step, and in turn which contains batch aggregator. Since our use case is to not to process that record as an individual record, that doesn't make sense, because you want to process them in batches. So you can note down here the batch process component contains the batch size, which is batch block size is 10. So we are going to take 10 records as a batch, and then we are going to put it in a file. So this transform message converts every record into the JSON individually, and since it's Java, all the records are collected as an array. So once batch step is completed, we would have had 10 records in hand. Now what to do with those 10 records? So batch aggregator aggregates all these records that are available as an individual JSON. So because batch step execute only one record at a time, and aggregator collects them all as an array in the format which we are going to see. So the output is a JSON file, and we are going to iterate this map which comes as a collection and convert it into the structured JSON format this way. So my result is going to have ID, place and population, which basically a collection of 10 records. Each record is the JSON format. And now after aggregating all the individual records into a batch of 10 JSON records, we need to store it into the output file. So here is the file format, which I'm going to explain separately. So why is this in this format? You can note down the file name is constructed with a date format, because you want to identify the file and when it's created. And you can also see I have created a random number of a range from 0 to 1000. This is required because the batch process is going to be fast when you are deploying it in the final Cloud Hub or in your on-prem server. So when you are doing, there is an opportunity when you have this milliseconds within the next milliseconds are obtained, it might lead to the same file name. It might overwrite multiple files into a single one. So to avoid that, you want to have a very precise file name with a random number generated, which I'm going to explain how this works. So once we are ready after completing this file write process, we will just log it's completed successfully. And finally, we have a fine-grained operation, because once we know it's completed, and we are going to delete the file, because otherwise it's going to be processed second time and third time, leaving the duplicate records. Now the application is started up and it's ready to accept the new records. Now we are seeing some error because I didn't place the file, which I'm going to demonstrate to you how it works. So let's see where we are going to store the file. So I have a testing.csv file, and we have input folder, and which contains nothing, output folder which contains nothing. So now I'm going to drop the file of 301 records. The first record is a header, and we have 300 actual records, which we are going to split into 10 records each. So we need to get 30 records as a final number of files. So let's see what happens. I'm going to drop the file. I did that. Let's go back and investigate how it works. The event is kicked off and the file started created. And see, as soon as the process is completed, we have used file delete, and hence the file got deleted. Let's go to the output folder. Now you can see the big list of files created. We can sort it in the date modified. So you can see here it's not only have the file name and the date stamp, and also we have a random number which helped us to keep the files without getting deleted or overwritten. So let's count it. There are 30 files, and let's investigate what each file contains. So now we can see here the output is a structured JSON which is extracted from the CSV file. Each contains ID, place and population. Let's open some other record and see the content. and you can see the same structure maintained. Let's count how many times the place exists. Let's count it. So you can see there are 11 records because one of them is header. So let's count the population. If you count, there are only 10 records. So this 10 records are achieved in each batch because of the batch size given here as 10, and also we have given batch aggregator with aggregator size 10. Hope you enjoyed this video and found this video useful, and if you feel so, please click the like button below, and I will also try to link the XML content so that you can try to load it in your AnyPoint Studio and then try it out. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.